right, welcome back in Hillhouse Park in Charleston, Missouri. I'm here with Coach Benner, head coach for the McDonald's Fighting Squirrels. Coach, it's good to see you.
Good to see you again.
So you saw the Silver Sox last Friday night. So what is the game plan going into tonight's game? What are you going to do different?
Tonight is solely about getting at bats and getting some of our guys some work on the mound. We're at the point right now, wins and losses don't matter. Our season starts Friday. We prepare all year for the postseason, and so tonight is about getting some guys some action on the mound so that they're, kind of doing a little fine-tuning, and we want to get at bats for our guys that are going to hit this weekend.
Yeah. So I know it starts Friday at 1 o'clock is the first game of the state tournament. Can you tell me a little bit about how the weekend's going to look? What teams you will actually be coaching in this tournament?
Well, I just coached this one, so all of our younger teams have their own coaches. We've got our three teams are here with 4 other local teams, and the winner and second place team will get a chance to go to the Midwest Plains Regional, which will be hosted by Albia, Iowa. So it's a fun trip. We've been to quite a few regionals, so it's a good opportunity. So we're looking for good crowds this weekend. It should be some really good baseball. Everybody will save their best arms, and will be competing their tail off to try to win a trip to the next round. And it will be hot though, but we will have Gatorade and we'll have plenty of food. So we'll keep you nice and hydrated.
There you go. So who would you say, as of now, leading into the tournament, who are your top 2, top 3 pitchers that you'd like to see, do something great at this tournament?
Well, we ideally anybody we stick out there we want to see. We'll start Ben Bledsoe on Friday night, and then we'll kind of just build off of that. It's one of those situations where you need to try to stay in the winners bracket. So, we hope that Ben can go deep into a ball game, give us a quality game, and hopefully we can pull out a win without having to go to our bullpen. But if we have to go to our bullpen, that kind of may change who we throw in on day 2 or day 3, by how many pitches they throw. So it's one of those deals. We're going to go out, try to take care of games one at a time. And ultimately, we're going to try to stick our best arm out there that we have as we move forward.
And would it be the same thing for your infield and outfield players? Are they pretty consistent as of now, or do you think you have to change things up?
Well, pretty much who you see out there tonight is who's going to be out there. Guys have had all summer to show us who belongs. I mean, ultimately, it'll come down to, sometimes, we may have to pitch a kid, who may play third base or who may play first base, which is going to cause, a little bit of mix up in our lineup. But for the most part, the guys that are out there are guys that have earned being out there all summer, and so we probably won't sway too much from that lineup unless somebody's struggling. We're one of those teams too. If a kid's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and the same pitcher's on the mound in the 7th inning, probably not going to let him hit again. We've got to try to make educated decisions to give ourselves the best chance to win. And so sometimes I don't make the most favorite decisions for kids, but we're going to try to do everything that we can to put ourselves in a position to win.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I think that's all the questions I have for you tonight. I'm happy to see what you guys do in this tournament and tonight, and so good luck the rest of the season.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Make sure to tune in on YHC YouTube channel at 4 p.m. Central Time. Thank you. I'm Hannah Thurman, and tune in at Hillhouse Park tonight.
Good afternoon and welcome to baseball. We're proud to bring you the McDonald's Fighting Squirrels baseball from Hillhouse Park in Charleston, Missouri, across the Aycorp Media Networks. I am Tommy Jacobs.
And I am Jonathan Jane, bringing you all the action this afternoon as the 19 and under Fighting Squirrels take on the Sikeston Legion Silver Sox. Diving into the weekend, the Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament will begin Friday at 1 p.m., where the 18 and under Squirrels will take on the 19 and under Tropics to start the tournament. There will be 3 games on Friday, starting at 1 p.m., with the last game being at 7 p.m.
Make sure to tune in to YHC YouTube channels to catch the Squirrels in action this Friday here at Hillcrest Park. Well, we're about ready for baseball. The coaches meet the officials at home plate, so we're about to get underway on this nice warm afternoon.
It's a lot better being inside the booth, I'll tell you that.
You bet it is. And, you got to admire these people that are out there, the officials, the players, the Aycorp media people doing the filming from the top of the dugout. They do an excellent job, and it's just easy. We got the easy job, sitting here in the air conditioning and talk.
Oh yeah, doesn't get much better than this.
That's exactly right. Looks like Eric Johnson going to be behind the plate today, and Andrew Williams will be the base official. And we're about ready to go. The officials getting their last word in, talking to the coaches, listening to them. And then we will have Taylor, the third baseman, will step in here momentarily to start this game. And the Squirrels are ready to take. Squirrels come in, had a pretty good season. They've got some excellent area players as these players. And this will be the final home regular season game. You know, the state tournament starts Friday, and we'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the finals. And hopefully we got the Squirrels in the finals.
Oh, yeah.
Where of the players, and we'll step away till they interview the players, then we'll come right back.
To make the right decisions for your operation, you need two things: accurate, secure data and the ability to make it work for you. Introducing AFS Connect Advanced Farming Systems from Case IH. AFS Connect puts you in total command of your operation, bringing together your farm, fleet, and data like never before, with ongoing support from your Case IH dealer every step of the way, so you can increase efficiency year-round. Whether you're optimizing soil conditions, managing nutrients, planting, or harvesting, AFS Connect allows you to remotely monitor every machine. You'll have access to location, diagnostics, fuel, and engine data, giving you the information you need to make the right decisions for your operation. Now that's rethinking productivity.
Well, they're introducing the Squirrels, and everybody's excited. We're ready for some baseball. I know we are.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'll tell you that.
And it's good to have you in the booth with us.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's actually my first time in the booth, so I'm ready to get going.
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll enjoy it, and it's just fun. It's fun, and you'll see some good athletes here from both teams. They're very good, and a lot of these players are college players. Played 1 year at college. I know got several that are playing for Three Rivers. Some committed to Three Rivers next year from the Squirrels and probably from the Silver Sox also. But Blake Anderson, the left fielder, being introduced. Dylan Thornborough, the designated hitter. Ben Bledsoe is going to get the start at third base today. We saw Ben earlier in the year play third base. He's a nice third baseman, got a nice arm. He can shoot that thing across this diamond. And on the mound for the Squirrels today will be Heath McCain. He's out of Sikeston. I'm sure there's been some teammates with some of these Silver Sox, and so that's what's interesting. You know, teams have players that played high school basketball together, and we're going to step aside for the national anthem, and we will be right back.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
Innings, he's 2-0 on the season for the Squirrels. We got Ben Bledsoe down on third base. We got Aycorp at shortstop. Charlie Parker at second base today. Grant James is in left field. Blake Anderson in the lineup. Well, up from top to bottom of this thing, we have some real good hitters and some real good fielders. Garrison Scott out of East Prairie, center fielder. He will lead off in their half inning. He's a nice player. He and Aycorp both high school teammates, and they won the district tournament this year down at Mullen. As a matter of fact, they eliminated Mullen, and I can see why. Because if these two players are really, really exceptional, and both of them are signed to play at, I think it's St. Louis Community College to play baseball. So the teammates are going to continue to be teammates as next year. It's a beautiful field. They keep this thing in real great condition. And it's just fun to come here and do. And there's the catcher throws the pitch down, and we're about ready for some action. We're underway and about 7 minutes after 4. So hopefully this thing will move right along. Harry Johnson is ready. As they step in is Taylor, the third baseman, to face McCain. McCain's a tall, lanky right-hander, got a good fastball, got good curve. He moves the ball around, finds a plate. There's the first pitch of the game, a little bit outside. He was trying to work that outside corner on his left-handed batter, and he does that pretty well. And he works pretty quick pace as his second pitch is a strike call by the home plate umpire, Johnson. Game time, 97 degrees.
Whew, I'll tell you, it is hot.
Second pitch a little low for ball 2. That makes 2-1. We appreciate you tuning in and letting us know that you're watching the broadcast. We're glad to bring it for you as the ball 3 on that, a little bit outside. He's trying to work that outside corner. He's having a little trouble finding it. 3-1 count on Taylor. Looks in for his sign. Here's the pitch. The 3-1 pitch on the way. Ball outside. He walked the leadoff batter. And as we always say, that's one thing you cannot defend is the walk.
That's right. You know, coming in the game, Heath McCain's got a 3.134 ERA, one of the lowest on the team, so it should be a good one today.
I think you're right. We're going to have Bryce Phillips, the shortstop. Phelps with a runner on first. And here's the pitch. Runner fakes and high inside. They say it got him. That's going to be going to move him down. That's going to run her on first and second. Not a real good way to start the game.
It's not ideal, but we'll see what he can do.
That's right. Going to bring in Heckemeyer. Heckemeyer is the quarterback on the Sikeston football team. Tall young man. Played the other night when we did the game, and he's a nice baseball player also. Got some speed for the big man. Nobody out with 2 on. Heckemeyer drives it up the middle. Charlie Parker boots it. It goes out into center field, and we're going to have a 1-0 lead as Parker. The Squirrels have been several errors on the year. They've really struggled a little bit, and that's really uncharacteristic of Charlie Parker. Really, I kind of thought Charlie might have accidentally tried to go for 2 that time, but you got to get to 1 first.
It's been a struggle at the top of the first here, but not the start you were looking for.
It's right. Runners on first and third, 1 in. As here's the pitch, runner goes down, and he's going to try to get him. No, he stole that base. Not too much of a problem. That was Jacob Guest. Gunned it down there, but a little bit late. Good jump by the runner. So that moves it up to second and third with nobody out. And here's the pitch. High inside. This is number, I think I may have the numbers mixed up on my card. As there's a shot to shortstop, it gets through. That's going to score 1 more, and he holds up the runner. So the Silver Sox have loaded up with 2 runs here in the top of the first. Number 5, Morgan Avery, the left fielder, steps in with still nobody out, and we are runners on first and third. And here's the pitch from McCain, and there's a pop-up. It's going to get out of play. That's going to send the runner back. But the Silver Foxes jumped on him pretty quick. Morgan Avery, a left fielder. Got Heckmeyer down on third. He was hit by the pitch. Runner leads, and they send him back. He throws over. And here's the pitch, and it's another one fouled back right above us. Avery's hanging tight in here, and Squirrels don't want to get themselves dug too deep in a hole here on this warm afternoon. Heath McCain looks in, gets his signal, going from the stretch, watches the runner. McCain back over, runner back plenty of time. With the speed Heckmeyer has on third base, it would take very little to get him in. McCain looked, and the runner goes to second, and he holds the throw. He decided not to try it, and that makes the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we'll see if McCain can tighten up here a little bit and not let this get any farther out of hand here at the top of the first. And there's a strikeout. He stood by him, and Avery probably knew he swung it a ball a little bit outside that time. Number 7 steps in. That is Jacob Levitt, center fielder. And there's a pitch down the middle, strike 1 called. The Squirrels are 5-7 in their last 12 games, so they've struggling a little bit. And here's the pitch from an outside, even the count at 1-1. What do you think, Jonathan?
You know, I don't know. You got two runners in scoring position for the Silver Sox. I think Heath McCain needs to just try to get out of the inning.
I think you're right. Nice fastball as he swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Nothing be better than to get a good strikeout right here.
Oh, yeah.
Center fielder, 6th place hitter, and he struck, and he went for a pitch outside for the strikeout. That gives him 2 outs. And Wills, number 14 into the game, that's Dalton Gentry, the catcher. Stocky catcher, looks like a catcher even. Gentry got a lot of power. Watched him play over the other night. He can give that ball a pretty good ride. And here's a pitch, strike one called. Last Friday, I think he said he had 4 hits in the 2 games that they played, and there's strike 2, swinging a miss with a nice fastball right down the pike. So McCain's got out to an 0-2 start, so that's good.
I'm sure Heath McCain would be just fine getting out this inning with just 2 runs.
I think you're exactly right. McCain looks in, and here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
There's no doubt about that one. It was well outside.
Yeah, well outside. It sure was. Yeah, I think you're right that McCain will be happy to get out here with 2 runs, because there was 2 men on with no outs earlier. And here's a pitch, and there's a strike 3 for the strikeout. And that brings us to the bottom of the first, but the Sox jumped on them 2-0, and we'll be back at Hill House Park in a bit.
A person comes into Clarktonian, the first thing I look for when I step out of the kitchen is I look for people that's smiling, because if they're not smiling, then we're doing something wrong. You know, obviously we want them to have good food and good service, but we want them to have a good time. So if you come and eat with us and you're not having a good time, I'm going to come to your table and ask you if something wrong, because we pride ourselves on everybody smiling that comes in. So when you think of Clarkton, we want you to think the Clarktonian.
Well, Jonathan, we'll see if the Squirrels can do some damage in our part of this inning, and the leadoff man will be Garrison Scott, followed by Jace Aycorp. Garrison Scott put on a pretty good show here the other night. He hit inside the park 3-run homer, and that was pretty exciting. He really can fly on those base pads. So maybe we can get something going off of Russell.
Yeah, Tommy, looking through his stats, he's batting .484 through the season with 46 hits. I mean, he sure is a hitter. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he is. You're exactly right. Got 34 RBIs. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's second on the team, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Looks like it.
Blake Anderson is 38, so that's pretty good. Nice throw to second. The catcher had a nice arm. He put it right on the button down there as Garrison Scott steps in. He's a hard batter to strike out. And if he goes down swing for the strikeout, he'll go down swinging, because he don't take many pitches. If it's close, he's hacking at it. Russell looks in, and he's ready to deliver his first pitch to the Squirrels. Scott homered last night at Paragould. His third homer of the year, strike one, blew that fastball by him. Michael Minner down the line, looking in, giving a signal to his hitter. Here's the second pitch of the game for the Sox, and strike two. So he's got Scott in the hole, 0-2. And he gets it out. It's going to be in the gap, and that looks like it the other day, and he can fly, and he's going to end up at third. And look at him, he goes into third on a nice triple. I thought we were going to see another inside the Parker there for a second.
What a play.
Yeah.
Wow. He can fly, I'll tell you that.
He can.
Going around those bases.
He
wow.
can move, and that's where you want to start the game with Jace Aycorp. And Chase is a nice hitter. Batting .338 with 12 RBIs. He's got number 13 RBI right down on third base right now. Russell, here's a pitch to Aycorp, and he right up the middle, and that's going to bring in Scott, and a nice hit by Aycorp. Well, he took that right over the pitcher's head, over the second base, and it couldn't. He got all of it. So the Squirrels have cut the lead, 2-1, and here comes big Charlie Parker. Charlie's a Camel graduate, played last season at Three Rivers Community College. Charlie has 22 RBIs, batting .412 on the year. Those two unearned runs a while ago really hurt them. They sure going to try to catch up and see if we can't hold the Silver Sox. Aycorp back into first. He had a pretty good lead. He probably might have had a little bit of thoughts about trying to steal. He's got some pretty good wheels under him, too. Russell back again. Runs Aycorp back to first. He's 13 for 14 stolen bases on the year, so you know that pitcher knows that also. There's a pitch to Parker, strike one called. Parker how's it off to the left for no balls and 2 strikes on Charlie.
That thing went in the parking lot. That someone might need to check their cars. I think I'm parked over there.
It'd be all right. Charlie takes ball 1. Charlie Parker's granddad's a good friend of mine, and he was over here the other night, and a player fouled the ball off and hit the top of his truck. So, and here's the pitch. Parker grounds it to second, and they go to short for the force out, and too late to get Charlie, but they got the lead runner. Jansen, the right fielder. Last week is the first one we have watched as Jansen headed over the right field wall last week. Batting .227 with 17 RBIs with Charlie Parker down at first, takes his lead. And Russell gets around. Jansen fouls it off. One thing about the Squirrels, they have several players from top to bottom of their lineup are pretty fast. And they seem like they will hit. It's contagious. Once they start hitting, they just all kick in there. And strike on the outside corner for strike 2. Left-handed Jansen. Hit the ball about .332 down the right field line. And there's another shot down right field, but it's a curving foul. Well, that I thought was going to drop in for a base hit. I know it would have got Parker to third. Might have accidentally tried to score him. Still 0-2 here in the bottom of the first. As the Squirrels find themselves behind by 2-1. But they have the runner on first, Parker. Jansen with 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ball inside, and I thought it might have hit him, and it did. So that's going to be runners on first and second. Blake Anderson, the left fielder, steps in. Blake batting .375. He's the leading RBI leader for the Squirrels.
There are 2 guys on plate. I think I'm wanting Blake Anderson at the bat.
You bet. You got to. He has 5 home runs on the year. Strike 1 called. Good fastball by the pitcher. Russell, it's a two-man crew. Foul out of play, no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Couple of squirrels on the bases. Sanderson steps in. Here's the pitch. And they punch him out. Call strike on the outside corner. So that brings us to 2 outs, and the designated hitter, number 12, is Dylan Thornborough, batting .350 with 24 RBIs. He's got some punch. He gets hold of it. He has some punch. So Dylan's going to try to bring in one or both of these runners, and there's a ball a little bit low. Pretty impressed with Russell's pitching. He stays around the plate pretty good. Pitching out of the stretch, he looks back at Charlie. Charlie's not going anywhere. Little curveball, curved across the plate for a strike. 1-1. Russell has a nice little curve. Here's the pitch. High chopper to the pitcher, goes to first for the out to retire the side, but not before the Squirrels pull within 1. So 2-1 after 1. We'll be back at Hill House Park after this.
At Focus Bank, we believe in really free checking. What does that mean? Well, opening an account requires no more than $25 with no minimum balance requirements or monthly service charges. You'll also have access to online and mobile banking, online bill pay, direct deposits, mobile deposits, automatic payments, e-statements, a nationwide network of ATMs, and an instant issue debit card, all for free. Your first order of checks is on the house, and you'll also receive a complimentary thank you gift. Come visit us in Sikeston, Charleston, Crothersville, or East Prairie. Focus Bank. Simple, hassle-free checking that's really free.
It takes a lot to make a home, and no one knows that better than WW Wood. It takes a plan and a steady hand to start the process, the knowledge and know-how to make those necessary cuts, craftsmanship to shape out an idea, and the artistry to add in the fine details and final touches. Our employees are right there with you, bringing it all together to make a quality and custom product that makes your home uniquely yours. So thank you for allowing WW Wood to make your house feel like a home.
Well, we'll see if McCain can hold these Silver Sox down, as the leadoff is Tyler Humphrey, the center fielder, the 8th place hitter. Well, you could tell it's warm out there with the gear that Eric Johnson's got on. You can see he's warm. He's young and in good shape. So had an official last week went down and had to leave about 3 innings early. McCain threw a nice fastball, but a little bit inside and high. Going to be a big weekend here at Hill House Park with the state tournament. There's a shot down the third base line off the glove of Bledsoe, but I'm sure that won't be an error. That was a hard hit ball, and he had to dive and knocked it down, but it got by him. Number 4, Connor Wallace, the second baseman, the 9th place hitter. So this is the second inning that the Sox have got the leadoff runner on. Kane looks over to runner. Now he looks at the batter, gets his sign from the catcher, and here's the pitch. And they lay down a bunt, and he missed it. And the throw to Parker was a little bit low and got by him. Not a real good throw to second.
You know, it's only the second inning, and that's the 3rd stolen base this game.
Yeah, that don't look. Now he lays down a nice bunt to the pitcher, fielded by pitcher to first base to retire the runner, but they advanced the runner to third. Dayton Taylor, the third baseman, the leadoff man. And we'll see if they can hold that runner to third. little bit of anything's going to get that runner in. And there's a pitch, and there's a shot to Charlie Parker, and Charlie mishandles it for an error, and runner comes in to make it a 3-1 game. Silver Sox are hitting the ball. And Squirrels not really feeling it too well.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a much better start for the Silver Sox.
No, they
3-1 here in the second.
That's exactly right. Kane pitching from the stretch, trying to hold a runner close. Ball inside. Kane has been around the plate. He's not had a lot of help from his fielders. And he walked one, hit one, and those runners came around to score in the top of the first. Joseph Heckemeyer on deck for the Sox, as here's the pitch. Breaking ball, but they said that it's two balls and a strike. Number 3, he's the second place hitter. He's the shortstop. Shot, nice pitch on the inside corner, far strike 2, even the count at 2 with 1 out. Runner down at first. Fox has already picked up 1 run this inning, and that one didn't break too much. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Sox has had 3 stolen bases already early in this game. There's a pitch. That's going to be a hit by pitch, and the batter didn't much like that, I don't guess, but I don't really think
so.
McCain done that on purpose. He's walking down the first, but he'll get to feeling better in a minute. I know it hurts. Get hit by a good hard fastball. McCain, a Sikeston native, I'm sure he's probably a teammate of that young man. If he may, I don't know where he's from that just got hit, but Heckemeyer's got 2 men on, and he swings and a miss for strike 1. That runner on second had a pretty good lead that time. Heckemeyer has handled the Squirrels pretty good last week in those 2 games. He's up behind him. McCain is struggling a little bit.
He's been all over the plate.
Yeah.
All over the plate.
That's 1-1. And here's he chases runner back, and it was close at first. Very close that time. He just barely got back. Heckemeyer's a good stick to have at the plate as McCain steps off. Here's the pitch outside, and a nice recovery by the catcher. Two and one. There's strike call on the inside corner. Heckemeyer. Even the count at 2. Missed outside. That brings it to a full count. 3-2. 1 out. 2 runners on. And here's the pitch outside. That loads them up. Got an error, hit batsman, and a walk. That's kind of tough to defend. And here comes Jamie Johnson out to have a talk with his pitcher. And I think we may. I don't know if we're going to have a change or we're just going to try to settle his pitcher down. Jamie Johnson's a graduate of Hornsville High School back in 92, 93, somewhere in there. He was a heck of a pitcher in high school. Went on to pitch some college ball and then coached down in that area for a few years. Looks like he's going to stay with McCain and try to settle him down with bases full of Silver Sox with one out. We'll see what they can do here to try to stop the bleeding. The Silver Sox are a nice team, and they came over here the other night, and I believe, I know the Squirrels got them the first game. They got them both games. Okay, looks in, and here is the pitch, and there's a shot down the line. It's going foul. I believe they're going to run out of territory. It gets out of play. The Squirrels started the year at 12-3, and then the last 12 they've been 5-7. So they've kind of went down a little bit with this state tournament coming up. I'm trying to get everything going in order. And here's the pitch, ball outside, 1-1 with one out. Bases jammed. The Sikeston players. McCain's pitch, and there's a shot to center field, and that's going to get over the center fielder's head, and it's going to unload the bases, and they're going to hold a runner at second, and they're going to bring him in, and here's the throw to the plate, and they've got him at place. A nice hit the cutoff man great, and then into the catcher, and he tagged him out.
It's a great play. Tried to hurdle the catcher. I thought he was going to have it for a second.
Yeah.
It's very close.
Yeah, there's a nice job. Nice relay in and a nice tag by Jacob Guest, the catcher. That worked out pretty well. Now we got 5-1. Morgan Avery, the left fielder, up, and he hits it back to the pitcher. He flips it over to first to retire the side, but they picked up 3 runs in that inning. It's 5-1. Headed to the Squirrels half of the inning. We'll be right back.
First State Community Bank has been named the #1 bank in Missouri by Forbes, and we think they might be onto something. When it comes to banking, we've always said that people should come first, and we hold true to that idea. Opening an account has never been easier. You can even do it online. We want our community to thrive, and that's why we put it in our name. So come bank with the certified best at First State Community Bank, serving our community because it's who we are.
What is Southeast Missouri? Let's try this again. You are Southeast Missouri. You make Southeast Missouri what it is. And Southeast Missouri is who we are. It's in our name. It's in our past. And with you, it's our future. Welcome home.
Well, we're headed to the bottom of the second. Squirrels find themselves down 5-1. Jonathan, what do you think?
Yeah, we've got first baseman Grant James on deck here. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, we need to rattle him bats. James has had a pretty good season. 306, 10 RBIs. He's the 7th place hitter. pitcher from the Silver Sox is really, Russell did a pretty good job so far.
You know, he's really kept a cool head on his shoulders in that first inning. Got to a bad start, but got his way out, and he's really been pretty good so far.
As we'll see how we do here with Grant James taking ball 1 outside. James, a Notre Dame product, has ball 2, a little inside. So Russell finds himself down 2 balls and no strikes to Grant James. James looks, and there's a pitch, and there's a shot down the left field line that goes out of play. Eric Johnson going over to the dugout. Hopefully he's going to get some baseballs, or I don't know. That's what it is. He's been a lot of them fouled out of play, not returned.
You know, I believe if fans get a foul ball, they can take it to the concession stand and get a popsicle.
That's right.
It's a pretty cool idea.
You know, as hot as it is, man, you want to run down and get one myself.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it gets too hot, I might do it.
And check on your car when you're down there. Foul ball down the third baseline. Hopefully it missed your automobile.
Yeah, I hope. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
As long as it didn't hit a white truck out there, but it had to go a pretty good ways. I parked out by the trees. And here's James' pitch, and he hits it to third base, fielded by the third baseman. Nice throw across the diamond, and guns him down to record the first out. That brings in Ben Bledsoe. Ben's the third baseman. Ben signed last week with St. Charles Community College to play baseball. They say Bledsoe is really a good pitcher. And here's a pitch to Bledsoe. He's swinging a miss. Strike 1.
You know, last night Bledsoe pitched 2 innings and struck out 5.
That's pretty good.
Pretty solid on the mound.
You bet you. As here, Bledsoe takes a pitch inside to even the count at 1. Early in the season, Ben was leading them in RBIs, and he was red hot. And he kind of been in a little bit of slump here at home, but he's a type player that can get right back on top. And there's a shot down the third baseman off his glove, and Bledsoe makes it to first. And that will probably, I don't know if they're going to call that an error, or probably so. Either way, we got a runner on first.
A guy on base is a guy on base.
You bet you.
Anyway,
you get there. Now we're going to have number 14, Jacob Guest, the catcher. Batting .277 with 10 RBIs out of Twin Rivers High School. 1 out. And a chase Bledsoe back to first with a quick move by the pitcher. And there's the pitch. I don't know if they're going to not play the doubleheader today and play 9 innings. I heard something about that. I don't know if that's going to play 9 today. So we got a while. And there's a pitch, and off the glove of the catcher, close, called the ball. Where else would you rather be? I'm sitting in this booth, air-conditioned booth, watching baseball.
This is perfect. Doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, waiting on the pitch, and there's the pitch, and that's shot up the middle, and the second baseman fields it. It's a second for 1, double play to retire the side. And the score after 5-1, Sox, and we'll be back in a moment.
Autry Moreland wants to buy your car. Big cars, small cars, fast cars, and funny cars. If it's got 4 wheels and an engine, we're swiping right. We've got the largest pre-owned inventory in Southeast Missouri right here at Autry Moreland Automotive. Even if Moreland's not on the back of your car, we're still interested. There's never been a better time to make a change. Come to one of our 5 Autry Moreland locations in Dexter or in Sikeston, Missouri, and let us help you turn what you have into what you want.
got a new pitcher in for the Squirrels.
Yeah, they made the switch after 2 innings. Heath McCain is now out. Looks like we've got a number 13 on the mound.
I think it's a misprint. I believe his number. This young man is up from the 18 and under Squirrels. We don't have a number or name on him, but he's one of the pitchers for the 18 and under group. Well, that'll give him a little work today because they're going to be in the World Series also. Caton Kennedy from Sikeston takes over on the mound for the Squirrels. Caton Kennedy to face some of the Sikeston Silver Sox. And Kennedy's first pitch, a little outside, ball 1. It's how, for the Sox started off very well. I mean, they got runners on the first, score run, and just steadily getting runners on and driving them in. And they're having a good game so far. Fastball by Kennedy, or ball 2 outside. There's a shot out to right field, and Jansen under it makes the catch to retire the Sox. That's the first out of the inning. Number 14 to the plate. That would be Gentry, the catcher. He struck out the first time up, I believe. Jonathan, I'm not sure, but there's a high ball 1. Kennedy got a little something on that ball. You can hear it popping quite a little bit. He's got a nice fastball. There's a shot between third and short, and it gets through, and the runner ends up at first. He gets aboard with a 1-out single here in the top of the third. Humphrey to the plate, number 17. Tyler's the center fielder today. Kennedy pitching from the stretch, trying to hold a runner close. The Sox have stolen some bases already today and tries to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. Several people in the stands over here on this nice hot day, but these teams being so close, there's several from Sikeston here, and a lot from Charleston.
That's a pretty good turnout. You can see all the fans trying to get by under the trees in the shade.
That's right.
Can't blame them.
No. Then they've got out here they got the picnic tables with the umbrellas on them. That's a nice place to watch a game. It's just a good place to come enjoy some baseball.
Oh, it's a great field. Great field. Yeah, I'm looking over here at the Aycorp cameraman. He's wearing all black. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
That's asking for some heat.
Oh yeah. I hope he put on the SPF. I'll say that. It is a hot one.
Oh, buddy. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the third as Kennedy has taken over for McCain. Humphrey waits for a pitch from Kennedy. And it's going to be an out, and the runner advanced to second on the strikeout. Connor Wallace, number 4, comes to the plate. Wallace is a 9th place hitter. He's placed second. We got 2 outs. It's Wallace at the plate. And here's the pitch from Kennedy. The curve didn't break much, stayed high. First time up, Wallace laid down a nice bunt to advance the runner. Kennedy checks on him. Now he delivers. Strike. Nice fastball. High, hard one. And we'll see what Kennedy's got dialed up, and he blows it by him for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And I know the Squirrels don't want to let the Sox do any more damage than they've already done. Kennedy's come in, and he's done a nice job. And from the belt, and there's a shot out of bounds, out of play, I should say, out of bounds in basketball.
Yeah, 1 strike away from this final out of the inning. I'm sure Kennedy's pretty happy with his performance.
Yeah,
so
I think you're right.
It's a good start.
Yeah, that Wallace swung at that, and it was pretty good ways out of the strike zone, but he fouled it off. And he looks the runner back. There's the pitch. Foul ball.
He's hanging in there.
He is. That's exactly right. You know, that you get 2 strikes on you can't afford to let anything close go by. You got to start. You got to take a shot at it. And here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Kennedy. And he punches him out there for the 3rd out. Nice pitch by Caden Kennedy to retire the side, 5-1. And we're headed to the Squirrels' half of the inning. We'll be right back.
In a very short period of time, we've experienced amazing growth and success at Southeast Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And through it all, we've had only one goal: to get you back to life. And when things get better, when you feel better, we'll be right here to cheer you on. Southeast Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, always by your side.
Juju Promotions in New Madrid is your one-stop shop for all your personalized merchandise. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, heat presses, or decals, we've got something that will suit your needs. So you, your school, or your business will always be looking its best. There's tons to see, from apparel to accessories. So what are you waiting for? Stop into Juju Promotions today in New Madrid, Missouri. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Well, in this bottom of the 3rd, we'll see if the Squirrels can get something going. They need a rally started. And the pitcher for the Sox, Russell, has done a really good job.
He's been pretty solid on the mound.
Sure is.
Solid on the mound.
We'll see who's leading off. Very warm day here at Hill House Park. Looks like Garrison Scott will lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Maybe last time, I think he hit was it a triple?
Yeah, I think it was the triple.
Yeah.
Lead off.
So maybe he can get on and we can get Jace Aycorp to bring him around and get something going, try to close the gap, try to make up some ground on this 5-1 lead by the Sox. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend. Starting Friday with the 3 games. I think there's 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday and 1 or 2 on Monday.
It's going to be a lot of action.
There is.
All here on Aycorp Media.
You bet. And you know, we get messages that people are sitting at home under the air conditioner watching this game, and how much better could it be? I mean, instead of fighting this heat.
Yeah. You know, Tommy, I'll tell you, nothing beats a good day at the ballpark.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Ballpark hot dogs down there.
Yeah, there
they got
you
it
go.
all.
Have you ever tasted a hot dog at the park? Tastes so much better.
So much better.
Than it does at home.
Speaking of hot dogs, did you see that Joey Chestnut?
Yeah.
That hot dog eating competition?
Yeah, I did.
I believe it was 63 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Oh, my. There's no. And tackled a demonstrator.
Oh, I saw that.
And here's a picture who Connor Scott has. Evens the count at 1. Yeah, I think I would have been out of there. I couldn't get a package of 8 down in 2 days. Scott takes ball outside.
No, I think his record is, 76 was his record from last year in 10 minutes. It's unbelievable.
Here's the pitch to Scott, and he high fly ball, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder. He put some air under that, but right fielder had time to get under it and retire Scott for the first out as Jace Aycorp. Russell doing a nice job on the mound for Sikeston today as he faces Aycorp, and Jace takes a curveball outside for ball 1. Got Parker on deck. We're in the top part of this batting order, and there's a good rip to right field, and the right fielder makes a running catch to retire Aycorp for the second out of the inning. Aycorp, he stroked it pretty good out there, but that right fielder made a nice move to get under it and retire Parker. And that'll bring in Charlie. We'll see if Parker can do some damage. And I'm just really impressed with this Russell, this pitcher for Sikeston. Here's a pitch to Charlie Parker, ball outside. Yeah, Parker reached first on a fielder's choice the first time at bat. Size a ball way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. To number 24, Parker, the Three Rivers player. Ball 3. He brought the heat, but it was a little bit inside. Parker's a good enough hitter. He's 3-0, but you lay something up there and he'll stroke it. Ball 4. Walked him on 4 straight pitches. So we got a base runner on in Parker. Gavin Jansen, number 4, the right fielder, steps in. Jensen's a nice player. Jensen's out of Kelly High School. He's committed to, or he's going to Three Rivers next year. There's a ground ball between first and second of base hit, and Parker advances to second, and he stops at second. Making a little noise here with 2 outs.
I've got to get a little rally going.
Yeah.
We've got Blake Anderson here.
I think that's Blake Anderson.
That's the plate.
Yeah, that's Blake Anderson batting .375. That's the leading RBI man for the Squirrels as he gets under it. High pop fly. That's going to retire the side second baseman under it. Makes the catch to retire the Squirrels as we'll head into top of the 4th, 5-1. Sox will be back.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Well, we're ready to see what Caden Kennedy can do. Had a nice inning last inning when he came in relief, and he'll be facing Dayton Taylor, the third baseman. He's the leadoff batter for the Sox. And he'll facing Caden Kennedy. That was about the first inning that Kennedy pitched that held them in check because I don't believe they scored any last inning.
Yeah, he didn't allow any runs.
Yeah.
Pretty solid inning.
Sure was.
See if he can keep it going.
Taylor will lead it off. Lead it off as he is the leadoff man. And a ball outside. Kennedy's got a nice fastball. Got a lot of pop in it. You can hear that popping out of that catcher's mitt as he one ball, and now it's two. It was close, but I think it was a little bit high. Pitch on the way and inside. Like to hit him, but he backed out of there, and that brings 3 balls and no strikes, and in danger of walking the leadoff man in this top of the 4th inning. As here's the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner to the lefty. And here's the Kennedy pitch. Outside, walked him. Walked the leadoff man, bringing in the shortstop, Bryce Phelps. That's not a good way to start the inning, but maybe they can shut the door on them. Phelps steps in to face Caden Kennedy with a runner on first. Taylor down on first. He takes the short lead. Foul ball, strike 1. Runner on first is not taking a really very big lead. I don't know that I say he's not a threat to steal, but I say that and watch he'll probably steal this time. Kennedy's keeping him in check. Here's the pitch, and there's a shot to Charlie Parker at second to retire him, and the runner hurried back and dived in. Taylor dived back into first. I don't think Charlie really had a time to try to pick him off there, but
that's a line drive. That's good interaction by Charlie there. Get the catch.
And hit it right at him. Here's Heckemeyer stepping in with 1 out. Taylor down at first. Kennedy's pitch as he drills it out to right field, and there is a nice catch by the right fielder, Jensen. Jensen had to make a pretty good run to retire Heckemeyer. That brings 2 outs. Pruitt steps in.
Pruitt's 2 for 2. He has an RBI single and another hit here today.
Now he can do some damage. And he's pitched high for ball 1. Caden Kennedy looks in, shakes off the first sign. Now he's ready. There's the pitch on the way. Fastball foul back. Strike one. 5-1, top of the fourth here at Hillhouse Park. The Squirrels and the Sox doing battle on the last regular season game of the year. Here's the pitch. Ball low, gets away from the catcher, but the runner decided to stay put down on first. Peyton Kennedy came in last inning in relief of McCain and has really held him in check pretty good. And here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Evens at 2. We got all deuces, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Kennedy's 1 strike away from keeping another clean inning. So
You bet. And here's the pitch from Kennedy to try to retire him, and they do check swing, but he got him on a breaking ball to retire the side. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Squirrels with a 5-1 trailing 5-4, 5-1. We'll see if they can do something this time. We'll be right back.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Well, we hope the Squirrels can generate some runs with some good hits, but Russell has really held them in check. Very good game. He's pitched a good game.
Yeah, the Squirrels here trailing 5-1. We'll see if they can get something together here in the 4th inning.
They, they've hit the ball, but it's been at someone and or popped it up, and way the game started for them when Connor Scott come in and hit that triple, I thought, well, that's going to be typical of the Squirrels. They're going to, just start really banging that ball. But the pitchers kind of held them down. We'll have Dylan Thornborough, the designated hitter, will lead off the bottom half of the 4th as he takes the pitch. Strike one, blew it by him. Thornborough batting .350 on the season. All outside, even to count at 1.
He's got 21 hits and 24 RBIs on the season, so he's had a pretty hot bat.
Yes, he sure is. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. And he really kind of fooled him on that pitch. And here's the pitch. And another one out of the strike zone that he got him to chase to retire him. And swinger, swinging strike. We'll have Grant James, as they say, there's no use to throwing it over the plate if he's going to swing it one off the plate, and he did.
Yeah, Tommy, that's 2 back-to-back pitches well outside the strike zone, and he was chasing them.
As James steps in and the call strike 1. As here's the second pitch on the way, and he gets under it and blasts it out to left field, and the left fielder lost it in the sun, and he's going to end up at second base. I thought he was going to handle that, but he must have lost it in the sun because I saw him kind of look up and got him turned around. So he got something going here with 2 outs with a runner on second. So we need to Ben Bledsoe steps in. Maybe Ben can bring him around.
Third baseman, number 15, Ben Bledsoe. There's a break for the Squirrels. Let's see if they can.
Ben's a good athlete. Ben played basketball for that state championship Charleston Blue Jay team. Got to further his education at St. Charles Junior College playing baseball. And there's a strike one as he blew that fastball by Ben. And we'll see if Ben can connect with something here. And there's a pickoff play to second, and he's back in safe. Wallace slipped in on him, and they thought they had him because they've got a pretty good lead down at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bledsoe, he pops it up. It's going to find its way out of play for strike 2. Well, we'd like to see something happen with this just 1 out with that runner on second. Try to move him around to close the gap here. There's the pitch to Bledsoe. He hits it out over the right first baseman's head, and that's going to get down, and James is going to be held at third. Bledsoe did his job. He placed it out there pretty good. I thought the runner would probably score on that, but Minner held him up. Jacob Guest, the catcher, steps in with runner on first and third, making a little noise. As Russell looks like he's lost a little steam, but he's still doing an excellent job on the mound for the Sox. And we'll see what he can do here. And there's the pitch. High inside on a fastball for ball 1. Jacob Guest, the catcher. Guest. Oh, they've got him picked off, but he got back in, but he's lucky. That throw would have been anything close. They'd have had him. Bledsoe, he had stretched that lead out as much as he could. And the pitcher got a nice move to first, I tell you. Bledsoe steps back out there, and here's the pitch to the runner, and he pops it up out of play. That makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll see if Yes can do something with 1-1 count, and they throw it away, and that's going to advance the runner to come in, and Bledsoe stays at first. And the pickoff move didn't work out too well that time, as they almost got Bledsoe earlier, but they're going to try to keep him close because he can move too on a hit. But almost picked him off earlier, but this time they threw it away to bring in a run. Well, maybe we can get a little rally going, Jonathan.
Yeah, they're chipping away. Got the deficit down to 3 runs.
Maybe Guest can connect here on a 1 ball and 2 strike count. As Russell looks in to get his signal. He looks back at Bledsoe. There's the pitch outside. I believe Bledsoe's got him just a little bit shook because, you know, he can't keep his eye off of him because he knows if he gets a chance, Bledsoe's still second. Yes, waits for the pitch. Here it is, and he drills it out to left field, but right at the left fielder. And for the second out, he got all of it, but pretty well right at the left fielder.
Yeah, the sun definitely is a factor, though, especially on that last pop out.
You bet.
Until he just got lost in the sun.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's going to bring in Garrison Scott. He's got a pretty hot bat. On a high fly ball, flew out the last time at bat. First time at bat, tripled. He's the leadoff man. We're back to the top of the inning. We've got Bloodsaw down at first with 2 outs with Garrison Scott. Hits a little blooper to shortstop to retire the Squirrels, but not before they picked up one run, 5-2. Silver Sox, but we'll be back in a moment.
Powell Funeral Home in Canton, Missouri is here to provide comfort in your most trying time. We'll be with you every step of the way, from planning to final arrangements. With live streaming options and a quality that gives your loved ones the care they deserve. With a modern facility and the willingness to make a difference.
Because there is a difference, there is Powell Funeral and Cremation Services.
We got a new pitcher as Caden Kennedy came in, done an excellent job, and I think Coach Minner just trying to get some of these younger players a little bit of work.
Yeah, Kennedy had 2 innings, didn't allow any runs. He's got to be pretty happy with that effort.
You bet. Not sure who this is on the mound.
Looks like a number 1.
I bet that's off that 18 and under team also.
Looks like it's Bryce Thurman on the mound.
All that 18 and under, Thurman, we did an 18 and under, and Thurman is a nice player. And we'll see what he can do. Morgan Avery steps in, the left fielder. He's the 5th place hitter to face Thurman. He grounded back to the pitcher last time at bat. There's a little curve ball, called strike 1. Thurman's first pitch was a nice little curve ball, curved back cross for a call strike 1. And here's the pitch, and curve ball missed outside just a little bit. The Avery thought about going for it, but he let it go by. Here's the pitch, strike 2. Fastball blew it by him for a swing and a miss.
He sure went for that one. That was a hard swing.
Yeah, it sure was. And we'll see what Thurman can do with this 1-ball, 2-strike count. And he checked his swing, and they said he did not go around. And probably a good call. 2-2. And here's the pitch for Thurman. Foul ball off the catcher's throwing hand. And we'll see that the catcher's going to be all right. He's kind of shaking it off, and I think he's going to stay in the game. He's pretty tough. 2-2 count to Morgan Avery. Thurman's pitch. And there's a shot out to left field, but right at the left fielder far to retire That was Blake Anderson was in the right spot. It hit right at him. Jacob Levitt, the center fielder, the sixth place hitter, in to face Thurman with one out. In this top of the fifth, as Thurman's pitch is going to be, tried to bunt it, but he pulled back for ball one. Not going to give up on these Squirrels yet, because, boy, like I say, they can hit in the bunches when they get something going. They can score runs in a hurry. Nice pitch on a curveball to blow it by him on a strike one. Jacob Levitt, the center fielder, sixth place hitter. There's strike two on the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Levitt. He's got a nice curveball that he threw to Avery, but he's brought the heat in. This time we'll see what he brings. There's a shot down first base line, went foul. Brings it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pretty impressed with the little pitcher off that 18, Thurman, 18 and under squad. He's done a pretty good job way outside on that pitch. As I said, I must have jinxed him. He brings 2 and 2. You know, you used to talk about hot dogs a while ago. Now you got the announcer down there on the radio talking about hot dogs.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry myself up here.
Oh, there's a shot out to right field, but right at Jansen to retire the batter. I tell you, that sun had to be right in his eyes out there in right field, because he kind of got down a little bit. But it's going to bring in the catcher, number 14, Gentry. So far, Thurman's kept all the socks off their base pads. And here's the pitch. Curveball, strike one. He thought he held up, checked his swing, but the umpire said he went around. Probably, and a good call. Looked like he went around from up here. Ball inside. Well, it was close. 1-1 with 2 outs. The Silver Sox up 5-2 in the top of the fifth. And here's the pitch from Thurman. Here's a shot. Third baseman goes by him, but oh, nice throw. Got him. Jace Aycorp back up the third baseman, caught it through across diamond to retire the side. What a nice throw. We'll be back after this.
To make the right decisions for your operation, you need 2 things: accurate, secure data and the ability to make it work for you. Introducing AFS Connect Advanced Farming Systems from Case IH. AFS Connect puts you in total command of your operation, bringing together your farm, fleet, and data like never before, with ongoing support from your Case IH dealer every step of the way, so you can increase efficiency year-round. Whether you're optimizing soil conditions, managing nutrients, planting, or harvesting, AFS Connect allows you to remotely monitor every machine. You'll have access to location, diagnostics, fuel, and engine data, giving you the information you need to make the right decisions for your operation. Now that's rethinking productivity.
Well, we'll see if the Sox can get something going. Need to put some hits together and advance some base runners and score some runs.
They got one run in the last inning, but still 3 down. We'll see what they can do.
You bet. I believe it's going to be Chase Aycorp to lead things off, followed by Charlie Parker. So they've got some pretty good sticks to start it off with. Maybe they can get something going. Did I hear that announcer say it was 108 heat index? That's pretty warm.
Oh, I believe it. Just looking around at these fans.
Yeah. These Sox the Squirrels have out hit the Sox 5-4, but the walks and the hit batsmen and the errors have attributed to the lead.
It's been a little sloppy on defense, but we'll see if they can turn it around.
I got faith in them. Aycorp drove it hard last time.
He's got 24 hits and 12 RBIs on the year.
He hit a pretty good shot to right field last time up. Right fielder made a nice play to retire him, but we get him and Charlie Parker going. I think we'll get a rally started. As here's the pitch, and he takes it the other way to left field, but it's going to find its way out of play. 1-1 out in the picnic area. Russell doing a nice job on the mound for the Silver Sox. And here's the pitch, and there's a shot. Nice, he put it out there between the left field and shortstop to get on base. Nice hit, bringing in Charlie Parker. Aycorp is just a good player. He gets up there, he places that ball different places. He always seems to make good contact.
Yeah, that first foul ball, he hit it hard.
Yeah.
It was a foul, but then it came right back and got a good hit.
Did. Got that leadoff runner on with Parker at the plate, and here's the pitch. Parker takes ball 1. Charlie did a nice job at Three Rivers last year. Ball 2 outside. Charlie was off that state championship Camel team back in 2021, and he was all-state basketball player and all-state baseball player.
Wow. Yeah, I know Campbell's real proud of that baseball team.
Yeah,
Really something.
Yeah, they did an excellent job. They really did.
And they got some pretty good peaches down there.
Some real good peaches.
Very good peaches.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm just up here getting hungry the more I talk about it.
See, if you had some peaches, you'd get you a hot dog, and you'd have dessert. Have your hot dogs and peaches.
Oh my goodness.
And go out there and your car's not hit. What better day could it have been?
Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect here. Here at Hill House Park, Squirrels take on the Silver Sox.
It's a hitter's count. It's a 3-1. Parker will be looking for something fat to drive. He may put Aycorp on the move, and that Parker hits a shot to first base, fielded and retires Parker, but moves Aycorp down to second. And Charlie records the first out. Jensen will come to the plate. Jensen is the right fielder. Made some pretty good plays. He was the player of the game last Friday. He hit it over the right field fence. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's single. And has single. I don't know if he's single or not, but he has had a single. And now he busts one out to right field, but he gets under it for a high. Right fielder comes in, finds the ball, retires him, but Aycorp tags going to third and ends up at third. Blake Anderson, the leading RBI hitter, steps in. We'll see if Blake can add to that 38 RBI count.
He's got number 39 there and Aycorp on third.
You bet.
See what he can do.
And here's the pitch to Anderson, strike one. You know, this pitcher, Russell, you know, he's had a lot of pitches and it's hot out there, but that last pitch, I believe, was as strong as his first pitch. There's a shot to shortstop off his glove that's going to bring in Aycorp, and he's going to go for two. And he goes in, slide it. You know, they kind of fooled around a little bit, mishandled it out there in short center field, and he just went to second. Maybe that'll get something going. That pulls them back within two. And the manager out of the dugout to talk with his pitcher. It's going to bring in Dylan Thornborough, the designated hitter. That's his 39th RBI. That's a pretty good total.
He's leading the team.
Yes, he is.
You know, with all these errors, you've got to wonder if the heat's playing a factor.
Could be, you bet. And, you know, they played last night down in Jonesboro. Might have got home late, get up here. You know, his heat's got to work on you.
Oh, yeah.
Every little thing's going to. But they got enough athletes. They pull this thing back within two, and they're not done this inning yet. The tying run at the plate in Thornborough. Jensen leads off at second. Ball one. I like to see a pretty good smash out there to bring that runner around to score to bring us back within one. Thornborough going to play at Three Rivers next year. Rivers got a pretty good baseball program over there, and they stay with a lot of these local talent, and there's some good local players in this area in southeast Missouri. 2-0, that brings it to 3-0. We'll see if Michael Minner has anything drawn up. Probably not with the 2 outs. He don't want to make the third out at third base. Ball four as he walked on Burl. Wasn't really close. It's going to bring in. It looks like Russell will be leaving, and number 16 will be coming in. That's Grant James will be at the plate for the Sox. Hey, Jensen, Russell pitched a good game. Looks like Russell will go to the dugout, and we'll be back in a little bit to see how this turns out.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
person comes into Clarktonian, the first thing I look for when I step out of the kitchen is I look for people that's smiling, because if they're not smiling, then we're doing something wrong. You know, obviously we want them to have good food and good service, but we want them to have a good time. So if you come and eat with us and you're not having a good time, I'm going to come to your table and ask you if something wrong, because we pride ourselves on everybody smiling that comes in. So when you think of Clarkton, we want you to think the Clarktonian.
Well, the first batter that Tyler Stokes faces, he hits him, and that's going to bring in Ben Bledsoe. And we got the bases jammed with Squirrels. A good shot with Bledsoe will possibly tie this ball game. Bledsoe's due. He's a good enough athlete to put it out there. Like I say, he led the team earlier in the season with RBIs. Ball one. And see what Stokes can do with Bledsoe and what Bledsoe can do with Stokes with these bases loaded with 2 outs. And Bledsoe fouls it off with evens the count at 1-1. Like Stokes threw a little curveball that time, threw Bledsoe off, but he got a piece of it. Maybe he's ready now. If we get this thing tied up, it'll get a little excitement in everybody. Here's a pitch to Bledsoe. Fouls it back. 1-2. He had a pitch to hit that time. Just had his timing off a little.
He wanted it. You know, he knows they're 2 down and needs some runs here.
You bet. As Bledsoe steps in to face Stokes. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bledsoe. Struck him out. Threw it by him. Got him swinging. But the Squirrels come a little bit closer. 5-3 at the top of the 6th. We'll be back in a moment.
At Focus Bank, we believe in really free checking. What does that mean? Well, opening an account requires no more than $25 with no minimum balance requirements or monthly service charges. You'll also have access to online and mobile banking, online bill pay, direct deposits, mobile deposits, automatic payments, e-statements, a nationwide network of ATMs, and an instant issue debit card, all for free. Your first order of checks is on the house, and you'll also receive a complimentary thank you gift. Come visit us in Sikeston, Charleston, Crothersville, or East Prairie. Focus Bank, simple, hassle-free checking that's really free.
Well, the Squirrels came a little bit closer, and we'll see if Thurman can hold them here, and maybe the Squirrels can rally the next inning. Want to play 9 innings today, so they've got a little while to. They out-hit the Sox, but the errors and the hit batsmen and the walks, that will come back and haunt you every time.
You know, a win here would be huge for the Squirrels' momentum heading into the state tournament this weekend.
You bet. You bet. And we'll see what happens with Thurman. Like I say, he done an excellent job in the top of the 5th. As here's Thurman pitches from the stretch. Strike 1, nice curveball. 2, number 17, Humphrey, the center fielder, the 8th place hitter. Thurman's had some pretty good luck with that little breaking ball, but that time it went outside far to even the count at 1-1. I think the Sox must have took Heckmeyer out. I haven't seen Heckmeyer. He was a designated hitter. Another pitch way outside. 2 balls and a strike. To Humphrey. Here's Thurman from the pitch. The ball to it. High and tight. Made him back out there. Thought it was going to hit him there for a second. Now we've got a 3-1 count. We sure don't want to load that first, let that first batter get on base. Now 3-2. Nice fastball by Thurman. Thurman from the 18 and under squad doing a nice job. Here's a pitch. Walks him. Gets a leadoff man on. That always comes back sometimes, most of the time, to hurt you. They've walked 4 batsmen this game and hit a couple. That's going to bring in Wallace. He's the 9th place hitter. He's thinking about squaring the bunt. Bledsoe starts in. Here's the pitch. Now he pulls it back, gets away from the catcher, and down to second. Another stolen base. That was Humphrey to steal that base. And see if he's going to bunt this time. Don't look like it. And here's the pitch. Yes, he does, and he fouls it off for strike 1.
You know, Tommy, the Silver Sox had 10 steals against the Squirrels last Friday, and I believe that was the 4th steal today.
I think that's right.
So they've really been getting after it.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of the lead they're getting, and the catchers, you know, hadn't threw anybody out, so they're going to keep stealing and you throw somebody out. Right around the bunt, it gets away from the catcher, advances the runner to third. So that walk is now the runner is on third. Definitely in scoring position with anything. A little shallow pop fly will get him in. And Wallace is going to be swinging away, and here's the pitch. And he takes it out of play as they chase it. Grant chases it, but he runs out of space. We got a 2-2 count. Looks like the Squirrels have someone up in the bullpen. I've been trying to record this out, and he sticks a bat out and just pokes it out over second base, center field to score the run, making it 6-3. So the Sox are continuing to, you know, that the walks will get you. They come back, and the one that walk comes around, scores with no outs. That brings in Taylor, the third baseman. He is the leadoff man. No outs with a runner on first with a nice lead, and he goes, and he stole that one on the pitcher, as that's the 5th stolen base of the day. They never looked at the runner, and the runner was just, he could have crawled down there. Here's the pitch. There's a shot between first and second, and this could possibly steal, and they're going to send him, and here's the throw to the plate, and they hold him up with a nice play by Connor, or the right fielder, Jensen, to hit to the relay man, and they had him pegged. If he would have sent him, I think they'd have got him. Brings in Bryce Phelps, the shortstop. So they've upped that lead back to 3. Hard to catch up when you score one and they let them score, or they come back and score. So we'll see what they can do the rest of this game. As Thurman looks the base runner, and there's a shot out to left field, and it's finding its way out of play, but he got all of that. He hit it a long way foul. As he steps back in, Phelps. Runner at first and third. He's been on base 2 times today, and now he hits a high. Under it is Charlie Parker. He gets it and retires Phelps. There's Joey Heckemeyer. I thought he was out. I guess it's just been a while since he's been around. Heckemeyer can do some damage with runners at first and third. Heckemeyer's a nice hitter. He's a nice contact hitter. Bryce Thurman brings it, and the runner goes, and they've got him hung up, but that brought a run in, and they tag out the base runner. They executed the steal, and the base runner at first going to second did exactly what he's supposed to do. He stayed and run down till that runner from third made it home. So they've scored 2 this inning to make it 7-3. And Heckemeyer steps back in with 1 ball count. Heckemeyer, which was inside. And he must have hit his bat because it's a 1-1 count now. Heckemeyer steps in to face Thurman with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Thurman. Strike. Little curveball cut across the plate to put Heckemeyer in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got a 7-3 score here in the top of the 6th as Heckemeyer watches ball 2. Good eye by Joey Heckemeyer. Thurman faces Heckemeyer, and here's the pitch. High and tight out inside at full count, 3-2. We need to shut the gate now.
You know, that leadoff walk has led to 2 runs here.
Yeah. Here's the pitch to Heckemeyer. Struck him out, swinging to retire, but not before they pick up a couple runs. 7-3 coming to the bottom of the 6th, and we'll be back at Hill Health Park in a moment.
It takes a lot to make a home, and no one knows that better than WW Wood. It takes a plan and a steady hand to start the process, the knowledge and know-how to make those necessary cuts, craftsmanship to shape out an idea, and the artistry to add in the fine details and final touches. Our employees are right there with you, bringing it all together to make a quality and custom product that makes your home uniquely yours. So thank you for allowing WW Wood to make your house feel like a home.
First State Community Bank has been named the #1 bank in Missouri by Forbes, and we think they might be onto something. When it comes to banking, we've always said that people should come first, and we hold true to that idea. Opening an account has never been easier. You can even do it online. We want our community to thrive, and that's why we put it in our name. So come bank with the certified best at First State Community Bank, serving our community because it's who we are.
Well, they plated 2 more runs at the top of the 6th. We'll see what the Squirrels can do. We looked like we're showing a little life, and then all of a sudden the Sox team's played a good game.
They have. That double play at the top of the 6th was very well executed. Runner went to second, and third baseman scored. Very well done.
Well, we'll see what we can put together in this bottom of the 6th. Let Jacob Guest, the catcher. We'll see if Guest can get something going. Get on base. Somebody can drive you around. Guest graduated this past season from Twin Rivers as he takes ball one outside. And here's the second pitch, and Guest drives it over out into left between right and center, and Guest is going to end up at a second. And he thought about going to third, but Minner holds him up. That's the way to start the inning. It brings in Garrison Scott. We'll see what Scott can do. He can do some damage. We've seen him drive the ball all year. He's got under a couple this game for high pop outs. He's had one really good hit, and we'll see what he can do against Stokes. Strike one on the inside corner. And here's the pitch to Scott. Inside. Brushed him back a little bit, like to hit him, but 1-1 to Garrison Scott. Fine ball player, Scott. Saw some pictures the other day, and they call him the G-Man.
The G-Man.
The G-Man, yeah.
I like that.
I do. I like that.
It's pretty good.
Therefore, we'll call him the G-Man.
Yeah, there we go.
Right now. Maybe the G-Man can get this runner in. Here's the pitch to Scott. Inside for ball three. He's staying inside to Scott. So 3-1. You might see a good hitter's pitch this time. Big fat one right down the middle. And Scott, they wheel take the runner back to second. As Guest didn't have a very big lead. Scott looking, and he fouls it off to the right. We got a full count at 3-2. Scott steps back in. Facing Stokes. Stokes come in relief. He's done a good job as he popped him out again, but he takes it out of play off to the right.
I hope some fans are taking advantage of the trade and getting some popsicles.
Well, you bet. You know, a guy was out in that area, could probably got them come back at 2 popsicles.
Well, I'm telling you.
You never know. Let's see what Scott can do on this 3-2 count, and he fouls another back. Look at there.
Another popsicle. That's 3. Right. Scott's handing out popsicles at Hill House Park.
Yeah, he done his good charity deed. Maybe he can drive it out there and drive that runner in. Garrison Scott out of East Prairie going to play baseball at St. Louis Community College as he gets under it, and it's a high fly ball to center field, and that retires him, leaving the runner stranded at second with 1 out.
Shortstop, number 5, Jace Aycorp.
Jace Aycorp's had a pretty good game. He's drove the ball a couple times pretty good. He's had 2 hits. We'll see if he can do something with the Guest out on second with 1 out. Aycorp with Charlie Parker on deck. And here's a up past the pitcher off his glove as they throws and got him at first, but they advanced the runner to third. It was a close play at first, but it was a good call. Parker's about due. We got Jacob Guest down on third, but we got 2 outs. It seems like that's the story of the day. We get a runner down there with 2 outs, and it's going to take a hit to get him in. And here's the pitch, Charlie Parker, and he gets under it and pops it high in the air. Shortstop fades back, retires the side at the. We go to the top of the 7th, and the Sox lead 7-3, and we'll be back after this.
What is Southeast Missouri? Let's try this again. You are Southeast Missouri. You make Southeast Missouri what it is. And Southeast Missouri is who we are. It's in our name. It's in our past. And with you, it's our future. Welcome home.
Ultramoreland wants to buy your car. Big cars, small cars, fast cars, and funny cars. If it's got 4 wheels and an engine, we're swiping right. We've got the largest pre-owned inventory in Southeast Missouri right here at Ultramoreland Automotive. Even if Moreland's not on the back of your car, we're still interested. There's never been a better time to make a change. Come to one of our 5 Ultramoreland locations in Dexter or in Sikeston, Missouri, and let us help you turn what you have into what you want.
Well, from the 18 and under squad, we got Thomas Frakes out of Portageville for the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Squirrels.
Yeah, it's good to see these 18U guys get some good experience on the mound.
You bet. They've got some big games coming up this weekend as well as the 19 and under. And Frakes was an all-state selection out of Portageville. I don't know what position. I don't know if it was pitcher or infielder, but he's a nice athlete. And a pretty good football player at that. So we'll see if Frakes can hold them where they're at, and maybe we can mount a comeback. Pruitt steps in. Noah Pruitt, I was wrong. They split a doubleheader with the Squirrels here last Friday. There's a high pop fly as Aycorp gets under it to retire for the first out of the inning. Frakes will be facing Morgan Avery, the left fielder. Got some of the, I think somebody said 4 or 5 players from that 18 under squad to participate in this game today. Blew it by him for strike 1. I think Portageville finished 2nd in Class 2 in the state tournament this year. Had a good year, had a nice team. Nice shot in there for strike. Makes no balls and 2 strikes on Morgan Avery. Thomas Frakes in, doing a nice job. 1 out and 2 strikes on this batter, and here's the pitch, and he struck him out swinging. And, some of those Sox seem to think, when you strike out, you beat your bat on.
Yeah, he's pretty mad about that one.
Yeah, he was. I just thought he got struck out with it by a good pitch. Frakes has retired the first 2 batters he's faced. And we'll see what he can do with this. And he strike 1 on the outside corner to the left-handed hitter, Levitt. Frakes doing a nice job. Here's the second pitch to this batter. Ball outside to even count at 1. Maybe something to get them fired up. We'll see what happens. And here's the pitch, and a nice drive to left field, right at the left fielder. As Frakes gets out there, face three outs. And so we'll go to the bottom of the seventh. The Squirrels trailing 7-3. So we'll see what happens. We'll come back.
In a very short period of time, we've experienced amazing growth and success at Southeast Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And through it all, we've had only one goal: to get you back to life. And when things get better, when you feel better, we'll be right here to cheer you on. Southeast Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, always by your side.
Second inning for Stokes on the mound for the Sox. And we'll see who he's got coming up for the Squirrels. Nice throw down to second. Squirrels need to get something going. That's going to bring in Gavin Jensen, left-handed batter. Gavin batting .227 coming in to today with 17 RBIs. But right now his main concern is to get on base, to have a base runner. What the Squirrel needs is base runners.
I don't know what they're saying in the dugout, but I'm sure it's something along the lines of get on base and score some runs.
I think that's right. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
There's the pitch, and that was a good fastball, but a little bit low from Tyler Stokes. He let it off at a nice shot down first base line, but a little bit foul. Gavin Jensen had a leadoff double. Was it last inning or one inning?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and
leadoff double.
And I think he was stranded there. Jensen's got an even count. And Stokes bring the 1-1 pitch and foul back for strike two.
Yeah, Jansen's been on twice, 2 times, one hit by pitch and one single.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can make it 3.
Stokes doing a nice job in relief of Russell. Pitch high for ball 2. Two and two to Jansen, leading off the Squirrels' 7th inning. Time to get something rolling, and that's a 3. That's going to. Oh, he called that a strike. I thought it was ball 3, but I didn't get a very good look at it.
Yeah, I guess he's closer to it down there.
I suppose that's right. Going to bring in Blake Anderson. Blake 375 coming in today, the leading RBI man for the 19 and under Squirrels. Stokes has a nice fastball, tries to come around that curve, but it stayed high for ball 1. Here's the second pitch. Strike. Up the outside corner. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 7th. Strike 2. Blew it by him. Swing and a miss. Stokes doing a nice job in relief. keeping the batters off balance as the ball outside to even it up at 2-2. He's got 39 RBIs now. Come in with 38. He had RBI a couple innings ago. As he gets under it, drives it out to left field. The shortstop out. It's shallow, but the left fielder calls him off and makes the catch to retire. There goes the designated hitter, Dylan Thornborough. Nick Anderson got under that. A lot of squirrels been popping it up high today. But, you know, I guess that just happens. As Dylan steps in and takes ball one. If the Squirrels don't get something going, they got 2 more times after this inning to do. And there's a shot up the middle, and he's on base again. It's a 2-out single by the designated hitter, Dylan Thornborough.
No, and there's 2 outs on the board. It seems like the Squirrels always get something going.
Yeah, really. That's exactly right. Well, we've got Grant James in. Grant's the first baseman. We've got a runner on first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. As he hits it to shortstop and fielded clean, cross the diamond to retire the side. So the pitcher, Rob Stokes, did a nice job, and that brings us to top of the 8th, 7-3 Silver Sox. We'll be right back.
Juju Promotions in New Madrid is your one-stop shop for all your personalized merchandise. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, heat presses, or decals, we've got something that will suit your needs. So you, your school, or your business will always be looking its best. There's tons to see, from apparel to accessories. So what are you waiting for? Stop into Juju Promotions today in New Madrid, Missouri. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Top of the 8th here, we've got a 7-3 ball game with the Sikeston Silver Sox leading. Looks like we've got number 35 on the mound, getting some warm-up pitches in. We'll see if the Squirrels can hold the Silver Sox here with 2 more opportunities to get some points on the board.
Well, what do you think? We're going to have to go on this hour. We'll have to hold them, and then we've got to get something going.
Yeah, we got 2 more opportunities. We'll see what can happen.
Have we changed pitchers again, Jonathan?
We've got, looks like number 35 on the mound. I was trying to look.
Must be another one up off that 18 and under. Well, leading it off will be Gentry, the catcher. He's a 7th place hitter. And here's the first pitch from the new reliever, ball outside.
Oh, well, actually, it looks like it's still Thomas Frakes, actually.
Okay, you're right.
So
I thought they had somebody new in there. Frakes did a nice job last inning. And there's a drive out to, that's going to get over. Oh, what a nice catch by Scott. I thought that was over his head. I've seen him do that several times this year. He can get under that ball and reach up and take a double away from you.
What a catch. Great play.
Sure was.
Great play.
He's had a good defensive game and had a triple. You know, he's really had about the best game for the Squirrels yet. There's a ground ball to Charlie. Parker steals it, records the second out as he threw him out at first. Frakes has come in and faced the minimum. He faced, 3 batters the first inning he was in, and he's faced 2 already. And so all
He's cleaned
5
it up
people,
well.
yeah, all 5 he's faced, he's retired. You know, I want to keep him up here. Not a lot of difference between 18 and 19, you know. And there's a shot to third base. It's by him, and it's fielded by Aycorp. He throws it across the diamond, and what a nice throw. That's the second time he's done that this way to retire the hitter. So that brings us to the bottom of the 8th. The Squirrels trailing 7-3. We'll see if we get something going. We got good stops the last 2 innings, and so we'll see what happens.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Well, the Squirrels going to start out with Ben Bledsoe, see if he can get something started. We'll see what Ben can do. It's bottom of the 8th. This is new territory for us. Usually the games end in 7 innings, but they're going to play 9, and I can understand that. And instead of playing the doubleheader, they're going to play in 9 innings. As Bledsoe will have his look at the Stokes as the pitch comes in and threw it by him. Strike 1 on a fastball. As here's the pitch, and Bledsoe gets under it, drives it down to right field. Right fielder under it, and makes the catch to retire Ben Bledsoe for the first out of the inning. The catcher, Jacob Guest. The designated hitter, Dylan Thoroughbrose had a nice game, and Jacob Guest has done a pretty good job behind the plate. See if Jacob can do something this time. I believe he had a pretty good hit last time up. There's a pitch, and foul ball, strike 1. Tyler Stokes doing a pretty good job on the mound for the Sox. We need to get Guest on because that'll bring up the top of the order. As Guest gets under it, he pops it up on the infield. Third baseman gets under it, retires Guest for the second out. Now we're at the top of the inning, or top of the batting order with nobody on. We popped up a lot of balls today. The G-Man, Harrison Scott.
G-Man, here we are.
He'll see if he can get something started. He got Aycorp behind him and Charlie Parker. He's 1 for 4. Tripled early in the game as he takes ball 1. As Scott takes ball 2. See Silver Sox played a very good game, leading this one 7-3 in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out, facing a very dangerous Garrison Scott.
You know, Scott actually leads the Squirrels with 46 hits.
Yeah, I can understand that. He does. It brings it a 3-1 count. Scott's the type of player. He knows we need base runners. And he takes an inside pitch for strike 2. That full count. Stokes painted that inside corner to get that call. And here's the pitch from Stokes. And Garrison Scott will trot down to first with a walk. Bringing in Aycorp. Aycorp's had a nice game. He's hit the ball pretty hard a couple times. See if he can do something, if he can advance his ex-high school teammate, Scott. I mean, what more would you ask for? Garrison Scott, Jace Aycorp, and Charlie Parker. You know, if you're going to do something, better do it. Pitcher steps off. Stokes keep an eye on Scott as he takes a reasonably good lead. He's got him, and Aycorp takes strike 1. He's had a couple of base hits, an RBI in the game. Here's the pitch outside. Pretty good ways outside to even the count at 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Squirrels trailing. A very good Silver Sox team. And there's another ball high and outside, 2-1 count. I don't think he's even looking at Charlie Scott or Garrison Scott. Jace looking for something to drive, and there it is, and he gets under it, but fouled it down the left field line, out of play. 2-2. It's the old fateful 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Stokes delivered. Aycorp drives another long ball down the third base line, out of play. We got Charlie Parker on deck. We'd love to see Charlie come up with a couple base runners. And here's a pitch to Aycorp, and he drives it in the gap, and it's going to go to the left fielder, and he's under it to make the catch to retire the side. So at the bottom of the 8th, after 8, 7-3 Sox. We'll be back in a moment.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Powell Funeral Home in Canton, Missouri is here to provide comfort in your most trying time. We'll be with you every step of the way, from planning to final arrangements. With live streaming options and a quality that gives your loved ones the care they deserve. With a modern facility and the willingness to make a difference.
Because there is a difference, there is Powell Funeral and Cremation Services.
Well, we got another pitcher in. We don't seem to have him on our roster. He's got to be one off the 18 and under. He's number 7. It's Taylor. Warren Thurman is the new pitcher for the Squirrels. And lefty brings it, and inside and high moves the batter back. Taylor, the Third, and he gets under one, drives it out to left field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. A leadoff single for the Silver Sox.
Shortstop, number 3, Bryce Phelps.
Bryce Phelps, the shortstop, in with a runner on first. In this top of the ninth. One more chance for the Squirrels to see if they can do anything, but they got to record 3 outs first. Here's the pitch from the left-hander, and ball outside. Bryce Phelps, the shortstop, the second place hitter. Oh, nice curveball. That took a dive, and that's strike one. Even the count at 1-1. And we'll see what Thurman could do. Phelps steps in, and here's a pitch, and Morris driven long way foul down the third baseline. Just don't forget to tune in Friday. We'll start our broadcast at 1 o'clock with the 19 under Tropics. Will face the Squirrels. I believe that's the 18 under Squirrel. And then followed at 4 o'clock by the Perfectos, 19 under, facing the Tropics, 16 and under. And then it'll be the 19 under Squirrels facing the Orioles at 7 p.m. We'll be bringing you all 3 games. We had a pass ball, and the runner advances to second. 2-2 with nobody out. Got a runner in scoring position. 2-2 to Phelps. Punched him out of there on a call, strike 3. That brings in Heckemeyer. Heckemeyer is the designated hitter, and Heckemeyer got the ability to do some damage, and they got a runner in scoring position out at second. So Heckemeyer steps in to face the left-hander, and nice block by the catcher. Jacob Guest did a nice job to keep that ball from going down back to the screen to advance the runner to third.
He's been pretty solid all day behind home plate.
He really has. Heckemeyer steps in to face Thurman. Here's the 1-1 count. Heckemeyer swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Looks the runner back. Pitch. Heckemeyer drives it up the middle and knocked down, but gets by the shortstop, and they're going to hold the runner at third. But Heckemeyer, pretty good lick on that ball to advance the runner to third. Pruitt, the first baseman, steps in with runners at first and third with 1 out here in the top of the ninth, leading 7-3. Sox trying to add to that lead. And we'll see what he could do. Here's the first pitch by Thurman to this batter, and threw it by him, and they tried to get him at second, and they called him safe. Probably a good call. It was a pretty good throw to second. They've stole a few bases today.
Oh, yeah. I believe they're at 5 right now.
I
5
think you're
stolen bases.
right. And there's another smash that's going to score another run. Gets to left field. Let's see if they bring the other runner, and they hold him, and they've got him hung up, and good play by Bledsoe to run him down and tag him out. He circled that base a little bit too far and got out there, and Bledsoe caught that throw in from left field to put the tag on him. So he retired Heckemeyer at third, bringing in number 11, Colt Parker, just into the game. Strike one, nice pitch. Looks like the Sox are getting a few extra players in the game. Batting for Avery. There's a shot to third base. It's fielded by Bledsoe. Throws it across to retire the side, but not before they pick up a run, leading 8-3. Coming to the bottom of the ninth. We'll be back at Hill House Park in just a moment. Well, this is the last chance, John.
Last chance. You know, there might be a miracle in store at Hill House Park.
That's right.
You never know.
We'll see what happens. We'll know here in a moment. We'll see what Charlie Parker does leading this off. Charlie, the Three Rivers product. As we will, like I say, be sure to stay tuned Friday for 3 games brought to you by Aycorp Media Networks. And we'll be back on Saturday for 2, and Sunday for 1, and I think it's Monday for 2. Hopefully we'll have these Sox in the state championship final Sunday.
The next 3 for the Squirrels are Charlie Parker, and then we've got Gavin Jansen and Blake Anderson. So pretty good group coming up, the Squirrels, here at the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, we got some pretty good sticks up this time. Sikeston's made several changes defensively. Taylor, number 20. Taylor, the third baseman, is going to be the new pitcher for the Silver Sox. He'll face Charlie Parker. They've done a lot of shifting around that get a lot of players in different positions. I don't suppose the Silver Sox will be playing in a state tournament. I don't see them anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Unless I'm missing something, I don't think so. But anyway, here's Charlie Parker in. We'll see what Charlie can do. Charlie looks for the first pitch, and he drives it down to first base. Nice shot down the first base line. Charlie rounds first. He's headed to second. And he's going to end up with a slide. Good shot by Charlie down that line. He put that thing right down that line, and that's the way you get it started.
Great start.
That brings in Gavin Jansen. That's Gavin, pretty good stick in his own right. A Kelly product. I think he's the Three Rivers commit. He's not going to hurt any team. He's a good player. Trying to hold Charlie close. Here's the pitch to Jansen. Ball inside. Jansen was called out on strikes his last time at bat. He's facing number 20, and there's a shot down first baseline, fielded by the first baseman. Steps on the bag to retire. Jansen sending Charlie Parker to third base.
Left fielder, number 11, Blake Anderson.
Here's the RBI leader with 29, Blake Anderson. Blake Anderson's a good stick. Let's see if he can get Charlie in. Blake picked up his 39th RBI earlier in the game off the glove of the catcher, but Parker stayed put at third. Not a lot of room between home place and the back screen.
No, there's not.
No, there's really not. Anderson looks for the second pitch. Strike two. Taylor is really not doing anything fancy. He's just trying to throw the ball over the plate and doing a pretty good job at it.
He's keeping it simple. It seems to be working.
Sure does. Here's the pitch. Oh, hit him. It's going to send him to first base. That will bring in here comes Thornborough, number 12. Dillon's the designated hitter. Had a pretty good game today. One out with 2 men on. Here's Taylor's pitch, and he hit Thornborough. Thornborough. That loads them up. We got bases loaded with one out, and we'll see number 16 to the plate. That's Grant James, and we're going to a coach for the Sox going out to talk to is Hurler, Taylor,
You know, Grant homered last night in Paragould. I
That's
can't think of a better opportunity now.
boy, and back-to-back, days to days. Let's get another one.
Wow.
Well, that would be pretty nice to make it 8 to 6, then we could work from there. Eric Johnson goes out to break up the meeting and say, let's get it going, and they're going to stay with Taylor. He's had a double earlier in the day. He's been hit by a pitch also today.
I'm not sure who hasn't been hit by a pitch today.
I think that's right. First pitch, miss high for ball one. Yeah, that'd make it 8 to 7 if he had struck it out of here. And he fouls it back over the screen. Or even the count at 1-1. Parker led this thing off with a double. Now he's at third. And here's the pitch, and there's a drive to left field, and that's going to be caught, but Parker's coming in, and the runner advances to third. He can score 8 to 4 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Ben Bledsoe. Maybe the Bledsoe can keep this thing going. He's 1 for 4 in the game, and ball one high. Jonathan, it's been a fun game. I'm glad to do a game with you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
I think you've done an excellent
I've enjoyed
job. Hopefully we can do another one.
You know, yeah, I agree. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Seems a lot easier when you listen to it on the radio. I'll tell you that.
There's a strike to Ben Bledsoe. That evens the count at 1-1. There's a balk call. That's going to advance the runners. That's going to bring in another squirrel. That makes it 8-5. And Williams, the umpire, went out and explained to him, what he done, and he was watching him. They do that, and I'm sure that was a good call. I wasn't paying attention, but that's a call you don't see that often. But when they call it, usually it's true. That's all. Takes ball 2, and pitcher Taylor didn't. He's got a little bit upset. He grabs some dirt, gives it a sling, but leading 8-5. Here in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, facing Bledsoe, fouled it back to even the score at 2. They're one pitch away from the Sox winning this ball game. Bledsoe climbs back in the box. Waiting on the pitch, and here it comes, and they struck him out, blew it by him. That's a win for the Silver Sox. They come into Hillhouse Park and take a 9-inning win over a very good Squirrels team, and it seems the Sox couldn't get any, or the Squirrels just couldn't get anything going, and like I say, let's remember we'll be back Friday at 1. And 4 and 7. We have 3 games for you, and we'll be glad to do that. And so, like I say, John, it's been a nice game.
It's been a pleasure,
Enjoyed
Tommy.
doing it with you.
It's been a pleasure,
is.
Tommy.
Nice to meet you. Nice doing a game. You
Yes,
do
sir.
a good job, and I'm sure we'll be doing this again.
Hope so.
All right, buddy. Listen, for the entire Aycorp Media team, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you again.